Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Studio, it's not alright. Baby, it's not alright.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hello! Oh, goodness, why is my mic so loud? 1 second. Oh, God, that's a bad start to the show, Craig. Peaking mic. Wasn't like that just before I started, I promise. Stop shouting. 1 second. Okay, that should be better. Not so loud now. Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome to the FTFE show. I'm your host Craig, and that's how you do a live show and fail the intro. Today is episode 2 of the FTFE show. We're going to have a look at some Flerf derp that's been going on in the world of dumbassery. I want to talk a little bit about the refusal of the flat earthers to join any of the experiments that are going on, especially the final experiment, which is an attempt to see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, which is something they have always asked for. There we go. Sorry, sorted out the microphone there. That better? Sorry. Every time I do an update on my system, it resets all my levels. My bad. How are we all doing? I hope you're all having a good time. I hope you've all noticed the large amount of videos and stuff coming out on the channel lately. So what is happening is I am attempting to prime the old YouTube algorithm because I want to get it ready for my new series of Flerfs are Idiots, which will be coming out at some point next week. As you all know, I have had some severe health issues, especially with my legs and my arms, and I basically took a couple of years off of producing actual videos to focus on my health. I lost a hell of a lot of weight, as you can see. Went to the gym and tried to get strong. Injured myself more at the gym, which I now need to fix before I go back to the gym. So, it's been a bit slow on the actual video production side, but I've got new episodes that are being made at the moment, and they're due out, next month. So I've been releasing a bunch of old episodes and collaborations and stuff to get the YouTube algorithm ready. So I hope you guys are watching all the videos and enjoying them and looking forward to the new series of Flerfs are Idiots. Cheers, Danny. Yeah, it's nice that I've lost weight. I can fit into clothes that I couldn't used to. Sorry about the audio issues at the beginning there. So, Dave Lister says, my shirt looks a little bit fishy. Ba-dum-tsh. Justin Frank says, it's holiday in the US, so might not get a lot of viewers today. Hey, that's fine. I understand. You guys have other things to do. But it's quite offensive that you think that anything's more important than me. How dare you? Clive Wells, hello doctor, says volume needs a container. Thank you, Hacko, who says I'm looking good. I do appreciate it. Brenda Creates for $2 says, I bit the bullet and I'm now a member. Thank you very much, Brenda. That means an incredible amount. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to become a member, it's very easy. You can hit the join button and it will help my channel immensely. Also helps me in the algorithm. The more members I have, the more I get promoted and stuff. So thank you very much. There's many different levels starting from $1.99 all the way up to, I don't know, like 50 quid or something. Members get early access to some videos and cool emojis and stuff to use in the chat. So thank you very much, Brenda. Yeah, thank you, John Quirk. I do appreciate it. I've worked hard. What's bad for my teeth, Otto? Right. So, do you guys remember Kevin? Quevin? Yes. Kind of disappeared lately. But, I don't know. Every time I go on Facebook, which isn't that often nowadays, Kevin's there. Always. And there's always stuff from him. Whenever he is on Facebook, he will be poking me. And I wanted to just show you what is some pure obsession, really. Oh, I better not scratch my nose. Might get clipped. And, you know, everyone thinks I'm picking it. Sparky NJ, member for 53 months, says, "Hello, Craig, you sexy beast." Well, thank you very much. I'm married. Kevin had a video on his channel saying that he destroyed Toon and FTFE. Yeah, well, Kevin isn't very smart. But let's go and have a look at what Kevin does when he is on Facebook. Unless he's blocked me, of course, because wait, I can't seem to find him. Did Kevin block me? Dude, guys, I think Kevin might have actually just blocked me. Let me just double check something. Because that will be funny if he has. Oh no, here he is. He hasn't blocked me. I think he's muted me, which is interesting. Now I want to have a look through his posts, which I can't seem to because he is no longer my friend. Well, he's ruined that, hasn't he? I should have made some screenshots. Or he is my friend. So anyway, right, let's see if I can find the posts that he does. No, I think he's actually deleted all of his posts, which is interesting. Ah well, guess we're not going to have a look at what Kevin John has been doing. I guess I'm going to find something else to do. So, he does seem to have removed all his posts. But basically, I was going to go over the fact that every time I go on to Facebook, there's notifications from Kevin. And he constantly makes posts about me. Now, of course, it looks like that's not true because he seems to have deleted all of his posts. So later on today, anyway, I'm maybe going into the MMM Discord to have a wee debate over there. Just bear with me. I am just double checking to see if I can actually see Kevin's posts anymore. Because, right, so the whole point of it was that I was going to take you through Kevin for the past month and the amount of posts that he's done. And then point out the fact that he seems to have completely disappeared in the last week, right? He's just gone. And now he's deleted all his posts about me. Dave McKeegan says maybe he's finally worked out that ice rinks aren't flat. It's possible. I'm just going to check some on here. Oh, well, I can see them on my phone. Why can't I see them on there? So the last one he did about me was the 10th of May. But we can't see them on here for some reason. I'm going to hold this up and you can see it from my phone. Alright, so if you go to Kevin's profile on my phone, which for some reason... Maybe that's not the same one. No, it is. If you go for his profile on here, you can see that it's posts about me, MC Toon and me, 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 Kevin's got a massive obsession, me, but for some reason I can't see them on the desktop page. Not entirely sure why. But yeah, so I really want to get Kevin back on for another debate, right? But he seems to have just absolutely disappeared and ran away. And if anyone can find Kevin, then I'd be interested in having another debate with him about ice rinks. He wanted to debate me again on journalisms, but journalism stopped doing debates now. I have a theory of why journalism has stopped doing debates, guys, right? And I want to see what you think about this, see if you agree with me. Timo Lynch for €5 says, could not see Polaris from Tasmania and the moon was upside down. I'm beginning to think Australia isn't real and I was only in Innis. Yeah, you were drugged and taken there, right? Right, so my theory about why journalism is not doing debates anymore is a very simple one. Every single debate that he's had on his channel, the flat earther has been smashed. Like, completely and utterly smashed. And especially when me or Toon have been on there. And I think it's been making him look bad as a flat earther, right? So he's been getting a lot of slack from people for having me on and having Toon on and letting Globers come on and make flat earthers look bad. So he has stopped doing debates, and that is my theory why. What do you guys think? Yeah, Martin H says, too many realizing that flat earth is bollocks. Absolutely, 100%. Let me see. Now, I'm going to be going over to MMM at some point. In 45 minutes, there should be some flat earthers for me to debate over there. So, yeah, Rachbot says she agrees. How you doing, Rachbot? Nice to have you here. Now, in general, the FTFE show is going to be a bit more organized than this. I'm going to have guests on and stuff. I've been really busy this week prepping videos and things like that, so I didn't really prepare much for the show in advance. I did want to go over more stuff with Kevin, but I don't seem to be able to get onto there. But I thought maybe we could go over a flat Zoid video for a bit before I go over to MMM. So that's what we're going to do right now, because, flat Zoid's really smart, right? Anyway, I hope you guys are all well. Prepare your Facebook protection, your Facepalm protection, not your Facebook protection, as we now go and watch a flat Zoid video. Flat Zoid recently debated Bob the Science Guy. Apparently, yes, I'm debating a flat earther, but I have to play him in Scrabble live while I debate him. Okay. I'm dyslexic. So, don't know why. So, yeah, apparently I'm going to be doing a debate whilst playing Scrabble. Tell you what, you guys can help me play Scrabble, because I'm not very good at spelling. How about that? Oh, Sparky, I know flat Zoid is hard, but you can do it, buddy. So anyway, recently flat Zoid debated Bob the Science Guy. And he has edited it and put it on his channel. So we're going to go over his edited version. But I might actually compare it to the actual debate at some point and see what he's left out. But let's go over it's only 30 minutes of fail, Zoid. Dewey Chatnam says, if you're dyslexic, do you believe in dog? Yes, I also like DNA, which is the National Dyslexia Association. Right, so we're going to go over Flatzoid 30 minutes of Bob, of him against Bob, and then we're going to go over and debate someone whilst playing Scrabble, apparently, for some reason. I need to actually pipe the sound through to you guys, which would help. Yeah, I'm really set up today and ready to go. Oh, no, is that the wrong one? Yeah, I put it in the wrong feed. 1 second. Should be cable A.
Offer for us. The fact that planes work and show they fly a level.
Right. Here we go. Here we go. So this is Flatzoid's edit of his debate against Bob. Now, I would like you guys to actually go and watch his debate against Bob at some point. Or maybe I'll do a full review of it, but I've seen the debate and I haven't seen this edit, so I'm going to know if Flatzoid's deceptively edited stuff. Paradise Decay for £2 says, how are Flerfs going to react when AI kills Flat Earth? They're just going to say it's programmed. So there's that. Timo Lynch became a new member. Thank you. Welcome to Scrappers. Eclipse Chris for £2 says, Flatzoid is full of hot Coriolis. I mean wind. Yes, wind is Coriolis, remember, guys. Dave McKeegan, £5 says, I know someone who died of dyslexia. He choked on his own Vimto. Get out. Right. Everyone, do you have your facepalm protection ready? Let's go.
Flight and have their gyro set on the runway in a rigid frame reference of horizontal, and when they land they still have that same horizontal no matter where they go. It shows the point that they had never ever flown over a curve or had to account for any movement of the ground beneath them.
Gyroscopic instruments.
Sorry, the fuck did he just say? So he said, because the plane has the same horizontal in the sky and the ground, it shows they've never gone over a curve. Does he think that your horizontal is the curve? That sentence makes no sense at all. Are you guys getting buffering? There's zero buffering on my end. Sorry. Right, anyway. So, yeah, your horizontal is just like directly in front of you. It's just a reference. How does that show that you never went over? Wow, this is going to be difficult. We're like 30 seconds in and my brain's broken.
The gyroscopic instruments include the attitude indicator, the heading indicator, and the turn coordinator.
All right.
This really isn't, this isn't a subject of debate. This is a subject of education.
Be driven by air suction or
I mean, he is right. That's why my debates are debates. You don't debate a flat earther. You attempt to educate them or display their stupidity to the world. Right. Is the resolution of the stream low or something, guys? I don't understand. I'm putting out at 1080p, and I've got excellent connection and stuff. But one of you said you can only watch it in 360p. That's strange. YouTube is just crazy with the streams lately. I don't know what they're doing, right? I know my internet's fine. I know there's no buffering, there's no issues, but my connection to YouTube somehow it gets fucked up, and I don't know how. I literally bought space internet to make it better, and it's YouTube, it's not me. So I'm sorry if there is buffering. T-Way Lynch €5 says, I kid you not, but Fail Zoid has a LinkedIn profile under the name Flat Zoid. It's one of the funniest things I have ever seen. Guys, if you're getting buffering, then please just refresh, because I don't see any kind of buffering or anything on my end. Right, yeah, no, a lot of you are getting 1080p and stuff, so it's fine. I'm sorry if you're getting buffering, guys. It is not me. I am doing everything I can. I literally bought the most expensive internet I could find so that these streams will be better. Right, anyway, 30 seconds in and he broke my brain already. And Bob's right. It's not a debate. It's showing idiots being idiots.
Electricity. These instruments provide the pilot with such things as their pitch, bank, yaw, and heading.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And how are those things not possible on a globe? So, let me get something flat. This, right? So why can't you have those on a globe? Pitch, yaw, bank. It makes no difference what shape is below you. The plane can still do those things.
So thanks, Bob. You heard what I had to say in the first minute. Would you be able to, let's maybe first address the curvature part. Why aren't we able to observe anything that situates us flying over geometric spheroid?
Why on earth don't you think that?
I need to listen to that sentence again.
Let's maybe first address the curvature part. Why aren't we able to observe anything that situates us flying over geometric spheroid?
Why on earth?
Why aren't you able to observe anything which situates us flying over a geometric spheroid? Well, those were all words. Definitely all words. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but those were all words, right? 100%, yeah? I don't know why they were in that particular order, but they were definitely words. Danny Turner, £2, says, how do you organise a space party? You plan it. Danny, get out. Just go. Right, Danny, look at me, bud. Okay, there's the door. Just leave. Grab your coat. Okay, I see you on COD. So, yeah, there's a horizon, right? The way the stars move as you fly, there's the gyroscopes showing you that you are on a curve. Everything situates you showing over a spheroid. Jesus Christ, words, Flatzoid, they're not your strong point, are they?
Don't you think that curvature is taken into account? How do we navigate over the Earth?
In its simplest form, a gyro is a heavily weighted spinning disc that is able to maintain its position and orientation. Gyros operate based on two principles: rigidity in space and precession.
Gyros. Where have I heard a gyro before?
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. And if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope. It is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift.
How much of a drift, Bob? Specifically, Bob, how much of a drift did you pick up when you turned on that gyro.
If the Earth is spinning at 1 rot per hour drift.
How much?
15 degree per hour drift.
Oh, how much?
15 degree per hour drift.
One more.
A 15 degree per hour drift.
Ah, right. Oh, cool. Just so we know. Good to know. Thanks, Bob. Thank you very much, Bob. Really appreciate that. Yeah, good boy.
With a plane, you
Yep.
navigate over a stationary, rigid plane.
Well, that's your claim. However, we actually fly over great circle distances and via great circle courses.
Rigidity in space refers to a gyro's ability to remain in a fixed position in the plane in which it is spinning.
So Bob starts talking about how the planes fly great circle routes, and Flatzoid starts playing a video of a gyroscope. Also, he's showing a video of a mechanical gyroscope, which planes really don't use nowadays. However, when they did use mechanical gyroscopes, they had things called pendulous vanes, which kept them in orientation with gravity.
By mounting the gyroscope on a set of gimbal rings, the gyro is able to rotate freely in any direction.
Dolly, you've made a mistake, bud. $4.99. For some silly reason, I don't have the option to join, so take my super cat instead. No, dude, that was a super cat. I think you meant to send a super chat. You might need to try again. Yeah, I don't need any more cats. Last time I got lots of super cats and super hats, so I don't need any more of those. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it. I don't know where to put these cats.
Thus, if the gimbal ring rotates, the spinning gyro will remain in the same plane in which it was originally spinning.
You need to fly over a sphere, you're flying over a vertical. Your altitude, keeping the same altitude, means that you're going to have to either drop your nose to keep up with that rigid horizontal of the gyro, or
Sorry. Oh. Flatzoid. Elevation is not curvature, my friend. Altitude. Let's talk altitude. Okay? So, this is a globe Earth, okay? This is an aeroplane. It's really big, I know, but let's say it's 1 centimeter off of the Earth when it's straight tangent to it like that. Now, as long as that 1 centimeter stays the same as the plane follows the surface of the Earth, that means that the altitude of the plane hasn't changed relative to the surface of the Earth. Whew. Elevation is not altitude. Jesus Christ. I did warn you guys to have facepalm protection, right? I did warn you. So, you can't sue me. Okay? Jesus. Toads in my eyes for $2 says, Flat Earth Bob, was that a 15 degree per hour drift? Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Stealth Gun 5 for €10 says, I'm not going to send you a super chat for the great work you do now that the Flat Earth is hanging by a thread with the final experiment. Stealth Gun, you've made a mistake, bud. You sent me a super chat while saying you weren't going to send me a super chat. See, there's just a normal chat that you could type in there. So, I don't know. Kind of, thank you. Dave McKeegan, £2 says, congrats to Flatzoid on winning top left. Top left, right. Toon and I haven't really talked about it because, you know, I had to take some time off and stuff, so it got really delayed. I'm going to talk to Toon and see if we can do top left a bit later in the year. I think it'd be more fun. Wow. Whew. Anyway.
It's just magic and it's not curving.
Nah.
Precession. Precession is the tilting or turning of a gyro in response to a force. For instance, a small force is applied to the gyro whenever the airplane changes direction. However, instead of the gyro responding at the source of the force as expected, the result will instead occur 90 degrees ahead of that point in the direction of rotation.
No, that's...
Again, I don't know why, Flatzoid, you are showing a video about a manual mechanical gyroscope, because that's not what planes use nowadays. And if it was in a plane, it would have pendulous vanes. So, and you know, remember what I said about at the beginning about seeing how deceptively edited it is. Good job, 11 frames. ST, how you doing, dude? Keep it global. Yeah, NA, it's magic, right?
That's basically 2015 thinking. So, if you look at this globe right here, and I put this pen on top of it, do you agree that the pen is a certain distance above the surface of the globe right here where it touches?
Well, here you go. Bob's going to try and explain exactly what I just did. Flatzoid won't get it, of course. Oh, and if you are not subscribed to Bob the Science Guy, you're missing out. And he's got a couple of channels. He's got Research Flat Mars or something. Could my mods find Bob's channels and just pop them in the chat, please? Thank you.
Okay. Does it change? Is it changed anywhere? Still the same distance above the surface. Your altitude doesn't care what the shape of the Earth is. You're a certain distance above. We'll use mean sea level as the datum. So level flight means that you're just maintaining the same altitude above the ground, and it simply doesn't matter what the surface is.
Attitude.
Every word Bob said there was 100% correct. What's Flatzoid going to do to misunderstand it? Doily88499 says Flatzoid is the toppest lefter that is ever top lefted. 100%. He actually has a permanent camp on top left.
Attitude indicator. An attitude indicator is an instrument used to inform the pilots of the orientation or attitude.
Guys, this is Flatzoid's video where he's trying to disprove planes flying over a curve. I want you to look at that screen. And look what is below those two diagrams of planes. What do you see? I'll give you a few seconds to type what you see in the chat. Let me all know what you see those planes flying above. Just one word. Please type it in the chat. No, not Flerf Spectre, fuck's sake. Water, no. Curve, there we go. Curve. Yes, guys, curve, exactly. Flatzoid is using this as an example of how planes don't fly over a curve. Whilst on screen having planes flying over a curve. This guy's a fucking genius.
Attitude of the aircraft relative to Earth. It indicates pitch, which is the fore and aft tilt.
Donald Trump's 116 indictments, member for 48 months, says, ready to be convinced of Pizzaland. Pizzaland sounds fucking amazing, but I'm on a diet right now. The cut is going well. Denzo, 50 CHFs, thank you very much. Put all Flerfs in a rocket, put them into space. They will say it's fake because of reasons. Let one go without a suit so everybody can see the death. Oof! Ask the rest if the Earth is still flat. If they say yes, repeat. End of the... Now that's the real final experiment. Dude, thank you for your very first super chat. I'm not a fan of genocide. The rabbit for £2 says, I was just fucking with you. I saw the curve. I know you did. I know. Anyway. Let's see how long before the thing in medicinal mass media. I got 25 minutes before I got to be over there. And play a Flerf in Scrabble whilst debating for some reason.
And bank or roll, which is the side-to-side tilt. Through the use of an artificial horizon and miniature airplane, the instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon.
Your altitude doesn't care what the shape of the Earth is. You're a certain distance above. We'll use mean sea level as the datum. So level flight means that you're just maintaining the same altitude above the ground, and it simply doesn't matter what the surface is.
Attitude indicator.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if the surface of the Earth is curved, as long as you stay X distance above the surface of the Earth, your altitude will not change. Elevation is not curvature. It's like that time when Nathan Oakley said that there should be a 3,000 mile difference in elevation between Ireland and New York because of the ocean.
An attitude indicator is an
Sparky. Of course I have to read the super chats that you send. I will literally say anything you put in the super chats. Sparky NJ, $5. Hello, my name is Craig, and I love pineapple on pizza. Whew. Dick.
Instrument used to inform the pilot of the orientation or attitude of the aircraft relative to Earth. It indicates...
Yeah, relative to Earth. Once again, Zoid. The curve, dude. Curve on your screen.
Pitch, which is the fore and aft tilt, and bank or roll, which is the side-to-side tilt. Through the use of an artificial horizon and miniature airplane, the instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon.
Your altitude doesn't care what the shape of the Earth is. You're a certain distance above. We'll use mean sea level as the datum. So level flight means that you're just maintaining the same altitude above the ground, and it simply doesn't matter what the surface is.
Yeah, that's literally what the thing you played said, Zoid. Look, I know I'm dyslexic, right? But why can't he understand basic sentences?
Through the use of an artificial horizon and miniature airplane, the instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon. The instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon.
And the shape of the horizon is going to be... where the horizon is going to be based on what? For instance, if I hold this up to the camera... Right? There's now a horizon. It doesn't matter what the shape is. There's still a horizon. So, and the horizon's going to stay the horizon no matter what you do to the ball. So yeah, the attitude indicator can tell where you are in relation to the horizon. And the horizon's there because, the Earth's a fucking globe. Jesus Christ. Right, no. This... Danny, we're playing hardcore and I'm going to team kill you. Danny Turner for £2 says, hello. My name is FTFE and I love Marvel. That's why I'm wearing a fucking Green Lantern ring. Sparky NJ, $5 just laughs at me. Yeah, dick.
Plane in relation to the true horizon.
Great. So you do know we fly relative to the ground.
Yep.
With planes.
Yeah, good job. Zoid relative to the ground. Which is a sphere.
Okay,
absolutely.
So if we have mean sea level, can you bring the definition up for mean sea level, please?
No.
Why not?
I love the way Bob does that. No. Don't want to.
You should come prepared. If you don't know the definition of sea level, I'll give you a moment to Google it.
I can tell you. I can tell
Well,
you.
then go right ahead and do it.
No part high or other. It is the mean sea level, as in 0 horizontal,
No.
based from one side or the other, based on the topography. Yeah.
No, but
Sorry, it's what?
The mean sea level, as in 0 horizontal,
No.
based from one side or the other, based on the topography. Yeah.
nobody.
Based on 0 horizontal, based on one side to the other topography. Has he got like a shaker jar that he just picks words out of? I mean,
But he says anything about horizontal. It's the mean level of the
That's
surface.
literally-
It's the datum of the surface. So, for example, if you have a sphere like this, the surface.
yeah, that wasn't mean sea level you brought up. That was just sea level. And plus, words have and things have many different definitions depending on the context. Flat Zoid. The fact that sea level is different around the world also kind of debunks the flat Earth. But Toads in my eyes for $5. Toads here enjoys pineapple and jalapeno on pizza. Craig can disagree, but if I like spicy food, should try it. I love spicy food, right? I fucking adore spicy food. But I've lost my tolerance for it recently. I don't know why. I used to be a spice beast. My wife and I once went to an Indian restaurant, and I was like, young and trying to impress my wife because, men are dumb. So I was like, no. Not Vindaloo. I want really spicy. And they were like, but Vindaloo's the hottest. I was like, no, make me spicier. And they were like, right, okay then. So when they brought out my plate, I'm pretty sure it had like a nuclear radioactive glow on it. And then they brought me out like a plate of minced chilies to go along with it. And I was like, yeah, I ate it. I ended up like being covered in sweat and everything, but it was great and I could deal with it. But now the slightest bit of spice and I'm spend the next day on the fucking toilet. I can't do it anymore. As soon as I hit 40, my body just fell apart. Faxi member for 11 months says, my name is FTFE and Nathan Oakley is my friend.
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
NA, $6.66 says, Green Lantern is the best comic in the world. You are right in everything you say, Craig. Yeah, I agree. NA, thank you. Well, he actually says that Green Lantern sucks, but it was obviously a typo. The Rabbit for $10 says, you will say anything you say. This is a public service announcement that the Earth is flat. This is FTFE signing off over a cliff. I will continue to deny the Earth is flat so I can get NASA gold. You guys are going to clip all those, aren't you? Alright, we're going to do like... Let me see how long. Oh, wait, where is? There is. Alright, we've got 15 minutes. That's, I think we can all deal with Flat Zoid for another 15 minutes. Sava says, how high did you go on the Scoville scale? I don't know, but it was fucking spicy.
This is all sea level. And the distance above sea level doesn't change no matter where you are, as long as it's the same distance above sea level. So, you can try and claim that that's horizontal to go along with your belief system. However, that's just simply not the case. 5 feet above the ground, all over the curved surface of the Earth is all level.
Okay, great. So when...
Bob's right. Level just means having no part higher than another, which, if it's the surface of the Earth, will mean that it's curved, because again, curvature is not elevation. So let's see how Flat Zoid fucks that up.
the plane is on a runway and we get to the plane moving and we're spinning the gyro up, it sets a horizontal reference datum, correct?
Yeah, there's your altitude indicator is run off of a gyro, yes.
So when you're on the runway, It's sitting still.
Not
We've
altitude, attitude indicator. I'm sorry, I think I misspoke.
Yeah, the attitude. And we've set the horizontal datum so we know always where the horizon is.
Do you think Flatzoid knows the difference between altitude and attitude? I bet he doesn't.
In our flight.
Attitude indicator. An attitude indicator is an instrument used to inform the pilot of the orientation or attitude of the aircraft relative to Earth.
Relative to Earth, again. What's that shape underneath those planes there? Bud?
It indicates pitch.
Oh. I've made a mistake here, haven't I, by saying I will say anything you super chat me. Bill Tetley, $5. Hi everyone, Craig here, and I want to personally invite you to the secret NASA Moonbase dance party on... Guys, everyone, look here, just look at my eyes. Bill's never super chatted ever. Denzo for 10CHF says, not genocide, Craig, just the real final experiment. Stupidity and denial of pretty much everything cannot be linked to genocide. Earth would be a better place. I mean, it's still genocide if you're killing all of them, but, you know. Hopefully the flat earthers will learn. Oh, wait, no, they don't do that, do they?
Which is the fore and aft tilt, and bank or roll, which is the side-to-side tilt. Through the use of an artificial horizon and miniature airplane, the instrument depicts the position of the airplane in relation to the true horizon.
Right.
Well, we know what horizontal is in our flight, yes.
Yeah, welcome, Zumi. We've just started the stream. Thanks for joining.
So, do you have the same horizontal on every latitude on a globe?
Yep.
How is that possible? If I'm taking off, let's say, in the North Pole, and I fly to the equator, it's not the same horizontal, is it?
The horizontal from your point on the pole versus the horizontal on the point on the equator, they're level. They're not on the same. They're not on the same plane. They're 90 degrees to each other.
So not the same horizontal then?
No. Okay, I'll go with that.
Great.
Yeah, no, he's right. My horizontal is not your horizontal. Because horizontal is relative to you. And the Earth's curved. So he's right. A horizontal on the equator is 90 degrees relative to horizontal on the North Pole. Flatzoid, please misunderstand it.
Right, so when we have...
Harnold, for $2, says, Alexa, turn off lights. Luckily, I renamed my Alexa. To computer. Computer, turn off the living room lights.
Okay.
See? But then I got a button. Turns it back on. Zoomy Tomato for $5 says, you know we leased you that memory wiping device with the caveat you not overuse it. Those things can cause mild to moderate You shouldn't remember me using it. Could you just look at the screen again, please? Zoomy, just you in particular. Level 19. Here we go. Zoomy, over here. And one for good luck. There we go. Weird. Should not have remembered that.
Have a rigid space datum when we take off. Why don't we account for dropping when we're flying over your ball?
Where are we dropping?
We supposed to be deviating from that horizontal that we set. It's a rigid plane.
No, we're maintaining a certain level above the ground. Now, there are devices on the attitude indicator called pendulous vanes. And using the pendulous vanes and the vector of gravity, it does keep that so that it's horizontal to the ground.
The gyro in this instrument spins around the vertical axis, meaning that the gyro rotates level with the horizon. The two gimbals holding the gyro allow the gyro to move freely and maintain its level orientation as the airplane maneuvers. Connections to the instrument...
Yeah, to maintain its level orientation. To the ground.
Face will then show the aircraft's attitude to the pilot.
Actually...
Yeah, you just proved him right. Fuck's sake, man. Zoomy Tomato, $5 says, you know... Oh no, I just read that one. Wait, did I have a memory wipe thing there. Goodness.
It uses INS, which is
That's
using...
an INS. That's not an attitude indicator. That's INS.
INS uses for the correction of magnetic.
No,
why-
that's not what an INS does. An INS consists of 3 sets of gyroscopes set at 90 degrees to each other that look at a coordinate.
Wait. Did Flatzoid say that the INS is to deal with magnetic deviation? Fucking hell. Sparky NJ for $2 says, computer, play Selena Gomez songs. Computer, play Selena Gomez songs.
Here's some music by Selena Gomez on Amazon Music.
Computer, stop. Good enough, that copyright. Bad. No. Dave McKeegan for £2 says, computer, play Crazy Frog.
Shuffling songs by Crazy Frog on Amazon Music.
Computer. Computer, stop. Jaybird Max says, look at him nod his empty head as though he has some semblance of a clue. I know, right?
System on the Earth. So one way that you can easily look at that is if you take a box. I think I have a box handy real quick. Double check. No, I don't see one.
Norman Cross, which I'm assuming is a flat earther, says, yes, explain why you believe horizontal is curved. Nobody said horizontal is curved. Horizontal is a reference to the curve. Are you okay? Signa Step for $2 says, just want to hear you say Signa Step. There we go. Signa Step, this Signa Step, Signa Step. I probably said it wrong. The Rabbit for $2 says, tell the computer to dirty talk to you. No. Danny Turner for £2 says, computer, remind Danny to snipe me down on hardcore.
I'm not sure who Danny is, so I remind everyone.
No, computer, stop.
Danny is part of your family.
Computer, stop. I've just... Maybe set a reminder for everyone because it doesn't know who you are. Denzo for 5 CHSs, and this is their 3rd super chat. Now an honest comment. Thank you, Craig, for your time and dedication. Please up the good work and fight the flat earth. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Nonasolve for £2 says code 4206942KJ. Ow! What was that? Weird. Anyway, Doily88 199 says, computer, do a ketchup fart.
Here comes a ketchup fart. Try asking me for a very squelchy fart.
Computer, stop.
Alrighty.
Mike Goatkiller 199 says, computer, delete. Oh my. Alright, how are we doing? 5 minutes until I've got to go over and debate someone on there whilst playing Scrabble, apparently. So, yeah. Josie TV says, why computer? Well, because I'm a nerd.
Well, here, we'll use this. So here's a box. Now this box has got a coordinate system in it. It's got a height, it's got a width, and it's got a length. So you can set up XYZ coordinates on this box. Take that, put it in the box. You can describe every point on the surface of this in those XYZ coordinate system. And what an INS does is it takes 3 sets of gyros and it keeps it spins up on the ground, and then it keeps track of your position in that 3.
Look at Flatzoid nodding like he has any fucking semblance of understanding of what's being said here. Danny Austin 499 says, my name is Craig, and I'm going to call my best mate Santos Bonacci and tell him I'm sorry and that I love him. I would rather cheese grate my nipples. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it.
3-dimensional space, and then it coordinates that with the surface geode of the Earth, the WSG 84. So that will tell you where you are at all times.
It uses magnetic. It doesn't use WGS. It uses magnetic north.
No.
But anyway,
Again, he thinks that gyroscopes use magnetic north. And you notice how he's going to completely change the subject now, so Bob doesn't get to respond to that. Sparky NJ, for $2, says, computer, calculate pi to 30 digits. It said no. Computer, what is pi to 30 digits?
From answers.com. To 30 digits. Pi equals 3.14159326533897932238462643383279.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welder Boy Member from 9 months says, miss you, Gary. Nah, not you, Gary. Hit the not you, Gary emoji in the chat, guys. Dave McKeegan, £2 says, computer, tell everyone the earth is flat.
Announcing.
No. Computer, stop. God, that just announced to everyone in my house, you dick. Simi Tomato says, computer, play Morty Tom Tom's rap song. Like, guys, the AI's going to hurt me if you carry this on. Gareth Bunting says, computer, open the pod bay doors. Computer, open the pod bay doors.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm not Hal, and we're not in space.
Ah, well, there we go. Oh. All right.
This system has one very important goal, and that is to figure out the position of the vehicle that it's attached to. By calculating the vehicle's location, inertial navigation systems can not only be used to guide aircraft along a route...
Right. I think I'm going to have to do a video covering this completely, because Zoid is so clueless that it's painful. Right. It is time to go over to Discord and see what is going on over there. Thank you everyone for being here with me today. This is always a lot of fun, you know that. Oh, pardon me. Right, let me check that they're ready. Wow. Zoid is painful and hard to listen to, hey? Tim Tully, member for 33 months, says, pie are round, cornbread are square. Yeah, you're right. Charles Arnold says, I can answer any INS questions you might have. Well, I don't need them answered. Zoid does. Jaybird Max says, could you please unhide Doily 88? He doesn't appear to be hidden. I can see him fine. Turn to my eyes for $5 says, Maximilian Kush classic religious position. You recognize facts based on data as true equals faith-based person. That means you are religious, like me. I guess I am. If I base my position on facts, then I'm religious, apparently. Thank you. Rotations Curve says, I can see you. Well, hi there. I can see you too. Thanks. Charles Arnold says, Zoid blocked me for trying. Yeah, well, ignorance is bliss, right? And if you just avoid the education, then you can stay ignorant and be blissful. Yeah, Doidy's not hidden. I don't know why people think he's hidden. Hey, James Reidner, welcome to the live. I am waiting for the Discord thing to open. It doesn't seem there yet. Bear with me. All right. Oh, I just posted a video. Check out my new short. Doily says, which twit are you playing in Scrabble? I don't know. I'm just waiting to find out. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the room to open on Discord. Doesn't seem to be ready, so just sit here and chat with you guys for a little bit. MB says, after a recent debate with Flatzoid, he was amusing his chat by skipping relevant info on Earth curvature written in an artillery manual. He skipped a page because he knew it debunked him. I know. Flatzoid presented on his community page, he put a table for standard calculations, right? Which is your baseline calculations, which you then base your other stuff off of, which has things like, no wind, constant temperature, no rotation to the Earth, because then, once you've got your baseline, you add the adjustments that you need. And he didn't understand that. Bless him. Bless his heart. Right, yep, still waiting for the Discord thing to start. MB says he's definitely way too interested in the wind. Yeah, fucking Coriolis's wind, absolutely brilliant. Bob says, I'm surprised Flats didn't skip 11 pages. Well, he probably did, or more. Dave Lister says, is your animation still on Wikipedia for Coriolis effect? It should be. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to tell me it's ready in Discord. So I guess we could carry on with looking at Flatzoid until it's ready. So I'm just gonna poke me when you guys are ready. Sorry, but do more Flatzoid for now. I do apologise. Doing Flatzoid. That sounds gross.
But also missiles towards a target. Serious thing about these contraptions is that they work independently from the outside world, meaning that they do not rely on things like satellites or radio signals.
So, what you'll notice there, guys, is that it not once mentioned magnetic deviation, which was Flatzoid's claim. Wonderful. Nope. You know what the Discord world's like. Once they are ready for me, I'm sure they'll let me know.
You just literally making my point now that it's using the 90 degrees in 3 different axes. Okay, so it's using rigid
Just
space.
like your does.
You know your vertical, you know your horizontal, you know your plane. You're flying over a plane. Why is
You know
it
your position in
that-
three-dimensional space. It doesn't have anything to do with the orientation of the Earth.
Why is it that when you're flying, there is no deviation of this rigid plane?
What rigid plane?
The horizontal set on the runway.
This rigid plane. Planes aren't rigid, bud. In fact, planes are designed to flex very much. Like, seriously, just go on YouTube and look up wing flexing tests. Like, how much those wings are designed to actually to flex. The whole body of the plane is designed to be slightly malleable and flexible. A rigid plane would be a very bad thing. Really bad thing. I mean, there's a reason why buildings are designed to kind of sway and move. And, having a completely rigid structure is a bad thing.
No, you're talking about two different things. All right. I was talking about an attitude indicator. You're now talking about an INS versus an IRS.
Well, yeah, that's because Flatzoid doesn't know what an altitude indicator is, what an attitude indicator is, what an INS system is. He has no idea about any of these things.
The INS is doing the correction based on...
No, an INS is simply determining its position in three-dimensional space.
Main instrument sailors used was a magnetic compass, but a compass
Sailors. Planes aren't...
alone does not tell you what your location is.
I don't know why I have to say this to you, Flatzoid, but I feel like I need to, buddy. Dude. Boats aren't planes. Just so you know. Boats aren't planes. Okay? Are we good? You good?
This is a genuinely tough problem to solve, and one of the ways that sailors navigated the vast oceans at the time was through a method called dead reckoning.
And it doesn't really care what the...
And what has that got to do with an INS system? Oh, good lord. That almost feels like he put the wrong clip in, to me. Genuinely feels like he added the wrong clip in his editing software. Because that had no relevance at all to what was just being said.
The position of the ground is. It just tells you that I'm at this XYZ coordinate. And then the navigation system that is hooked into the INS tells you where that is in reference to the Zoid.
Look at Flatzoid's face here, right?
Just tells you that I'm at this XYZ coordinate.
He is desperately Googling information.
And then the navigation system that is hooked into the INS tells you where that is in reference to the Zoid.
So imagine you're a Dutch sailor out at sea trying to...
Flatzoid, boat! It's not a plane, dude! That doesn't have gyroscopes and INS!
Find a new route across the Atlantic Ocean. As your ship leaves Amsterdam, you locate yourself on the map by simply looking for, well, Amsterdam. Thereafter, you decide to embark on your long and treacherous journey by heading west and following your compass to the Americas. Since we know where both North and Amsterdam are on our map, we can draw a line heading west from our initial point of departure.
Yeah, cool! Brilliant, Flatzoid. That's wonderful, but what the fuck does that have to do with an INS system or attitude indicator? Oh my god. JD from 9.99 says Flats claimed his job is a spray painter. If so, maybe his brain is damaged from inhaling fumes from the spray painting process. I imagine he's an anti-masker as well, so he probably... Oh, I don't need to wear a mask while doing... Oh no, it's Andy for £2 says, in the Navy, you can hold each other's hand. In the Navy, you can hold each other's hand. There we go. Happy? Clip that. Send it around the Flerfs. Let's see if they're ready over at Discord yet. Nope. Give me a sec.
Okay, so are you going to actually attempt to answer what I asked about?
I did answer what you talked about.
Why is it? No. I'm asking very specific.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking off, you've got your horizontal set. Okay, let's say we're flying from the North Pole. We've got the horizontal set.
That's fine.
Keep it flat, Fats.
Fine.
Why is it no...
Wait, hold on! Did you guys miss that?
About?
Look at Flatzoid. Look what he's doing.
Why is it? No. I'm asking very specific.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking off,
look,
you've got your horizontal...
Flatzoid's a Freemason. Clip it, guys. Flatzoid's a Freemason.
Set. Okay, let's say we're flying from the North Pole. We've got the horizontal set.
That's fine.
Why is it, no matter where you're flying, that horizontal does never change? You're never dipping your nose down to keep up with the curve, because the horizontal...
Why would you
always
dip your nose down?
By the time you get to the equator, you would be either be flying vertical or you'd be in space.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Zoid, dude, buddy, old pal, Keith, dude, how could a plane go into space? And why is there rockets if planes could go into space? Why is there a limit, Zoid, to how high in altitude, not attitude, in altitude that planes can go, Zoid? Why is there a limit to that? I can't believe I have to explain this, but planes fly based on a balance of forces. Once your plane is in the air, if you have the thrust, the weight of the plane, which is caused by gravity, and the air resistance, and the drag, if you balance all these forces with the thrust from the plane, you will stay at a particular altitude. Because once you've got those forces balanced, you are in equilibrium with the pressure around you. Right, which, you know, cruising altitude is a lot lower than it is on the ground, right? Now, to go higher in altitude, to change that pressure that is around the plane, you would have to adjust the forces, right? Which means that you need to apply more thrust to the plane, right? To, you know, create more lift against the air with the wings. But the problem is, right, the higher you go, the thinner the atmosphere is. Which means that less thrust can be created. And there's no oxygen for the combustion in the engines. And there's no air to create lift against. So there's literally no way, even if the pilot just pulled back and pointed into space, that the plane could ever go into space. It simply doesn't have that ability because of how planes fly. Zoid, dude, that was painful. No, I guess the Discord forgot or something. I'm not sure. Who knows? Norman Cross says ground speed is relative to a non-moving surface. Well, I mean, all speed is relative to other surfaces, right? Let's, you know, look at this, right? This is moving along here this fast, right? And let's have this lighter above it that's moving faster. Now, the speed of this is different if I compared it to the paper or the floor underneath me. It doesn't matter whether this is moving or not. The speed will always be relative to that surface. So your point, Matthew, is kind of Norman is irrelevant. Norman, if you want to debate me, please feel free to come on. It appears my Discord debate has disappeared.
Well, that's just basically a total misunderstanding of how aircraft fly.
You can imagine that over time we're probably going to be further and further away from Amsterdam depending on how fast our ship is sailing.
Again, Flat Zoid. Ships aren't planes, dude.
So if we know something about the velocity of our ship and the amount of time that has passed since we initially left the harbour, then we can calculate where we are on this line by simply multiplying time and speed.
Aircraft fly over the surface of the Earth. They don't care what the shape of the Earth is. They just maintain a set altitude when you're flying straight and level.
Yeah, brilliant, Bob. That's exactly right. Flat Zoid, are you going to play another ship of a clip on an ocean?
Straight and level means you're maintaining the same altitude above the, in this case, means sea level, and you're not deviating to the left or the right. That's a curved path.
There's no curved path, it's horizontals. How do you have a curved path?
No, it's a curved path.
No.
The horizontal isn't your path. The horizontal is just in reference to where you are at that time. It's...
fly over the surface of the Earth. So, for example, again, here's your Earth. Here's your set distance above the Earth. As you go around the Earth, you notice that the distance to the top of that pen, the outside of the pen, doesn't change. It's just maintaining a set level above the ground. It doesn't really care what the ground looks like.
The type of system that you can see on screen right now is one example of a moving platform INS. The center platform is supported by 3 gimbals, which allows it to rotate in all 3 directions. The outer one does roll, the middle one does pitch, and the inner circle does yaw.
Which is all things that Bob just explained to you.
Okay, I'm going to...
Doesn't care if there's mountains or canyons or seas or whatever. It just flies at the same altitude relative to mean sea level.
Yeah, you're still not actually answering.
Well, that's the answer you're getting. So,
okay.
If you want to try
INS.
and move on to something else or want to put up something to support your position, I'm happy to look at it.
Well, this is what Flat Zoid does, right? You will succinctly answer his question, and he will just go, "You didn't answer my question." And Bob's right. You just go, "Well, that's the answer you're getting. If you don't like it, do something else." One sec, I'm just checking Discord to see if anything's happening. Let me just quickly pop in. Hello. Let me just get your audio coming out. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, well, welcome, Craig. Welcome. How's it going?
Not bad. Is the Flerf here?
There's several flat earthers here. Are you ready to get your ass handed to you in one of the hardest Scrabble matches you've ever been pinned into?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know what Scrabble's got to do with the shape of the Earth. Listen,
run away, guys. He's running away.
I'm not running away. I mean, I'll play Scrabble if you want, but I'm dyslexic, so I don't know really the point.
Excuse number 1. All right, let's get that out of the way. Got excuse number 1 down.
Well, there is a point, because this is, to me, like, I just want to introduce the whole Antarctica thing, and is it a game, and are we playing with one another, and, obviously there's no prize in this, and it's not, it's just a way that
so you want to talk about the Antarctica thing?
Well, supposedly, flat earthers have been challenged, and I found, there's already all these stories regarding You can't really tell which way it goes.
What do you mean, which way it goes?
If anyone's telling the truth, was there deception? Is there really a team?
There's no deception. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Will Duffy is reaching into his pockets and using his own money that he has made in his life before he became a pastor to fund a trip fully paid for one flat earther and one globe earther with our Antarctic logistic expeditions who travel to I believe 82 degrees south latitude and have a camp at a specific place where you can go and see the 24-hour sun, check where you are, do some activities around in Antarctica.
Does he speak for himself? Is there a link? Is there a link or something? Why does?
Yeah, there's a website for it. I've interviewed him on my channel.
Okay.
This is all legit, and the problem is that flat earthers are desperate to find any way to discredit this experiment. And the way that flat earthers are discrediting it is claiming that Will is lying. Whereas what Will has done is the same thing that any parent would do to a child to keep their excitement around Christmas. Like, Daddy, did I get an Xbox? No, we didn't get you an Xbox for Christmas. There's no Xbox for Christmas. Christmas comes.
Well, I'm hearing
there's an Xbox. And that's all it does. Will kept some excitement and mystique around it, and then unveiled what it was, and now everyone's going, well, he lied. Well, it doesn't care. It doesn't matter that he kept some mystique around it and did a little bit of like, ooh, here's a secret. The fact is, he is reaching into his pocket to pay for flat earthers to do the thing they have been asking to do for years.
They're not going to do it.
I know they're not going to do it because they're terrified to prove themselves wrong. It's as simple as that.
Brian, it's because he was...
What? Hello?
Oh my...
Whoever's talking is just cutting in and out.
Brian, someone asked him a question. So, I mean, give him the courtesy of finishing what he's saying, because someone asked him.
Someone asked who what? Is there someone I can't hear here or something?
Yeah. Well...
So the difference... Hold on. So the difference between...
Okay.
Hold on, Brian. The difference between this and Greater Sapien is that in Greater Sapien's case...
Right, who's saying something about... Right, hold on, stop one sec. Who's saying something about Greater Sapien? Because whoever it is, I cannot hear them.
Brian, hold on.
Brian, can you hear Brian?
Brian who?
Brian Leakey.
Flat Earth Tests. Oh no, I appear to have him muted.
Oh, that's why you couldn't hear him. He was talking the entire time you were talking.
Right, okay, well maybe you shouldn't talk over me. That would be a good start.
I mean, just let him finish what he's saying, Brian.
I didn't hear him.
I'll give you the same courtesy.
I didn't know he was talking, so I mean...
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
So give me a sec.
Go ahead and finish
I don't appear to be able
point.
to unmute him. Give me 1 second.
So he's comparing FTFE. He's comparing this
Why can't I unmute him? I do not understand.
What happened?
Right, just give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get Brian unmuted. All right, there's no point talking to me right now while I'm trying to get this sorted. For some reason, I don't have the ability to unmute him. I don't know why. Right, hold on. Here we go. Unmuted. Right. Okay. So. Right, I will finish what I'm saying.
Can you hear me, Dad? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Brian. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to talk, and then you can respond, okay? Don't talk over me. Let me talk, and then you can talk. All right?
All right, so, just don't take away my Xbox, man. It's all yours, buddy. Go ahead.
Right, I'll explain again, and, you can then say what your issue is again. So once again, Will Duffy is using his own money. He's not asking for anyone to give him money. He is using his own money that he made in his life before he became a pastor to pay for one flat earther and one globe earther to go to Antarctica with Antarctica logistic expeditions. He is getting no money from this. He is paying his own money. So this is in no way anything like what happened with Greater Sapien, because he is collecting no money from anybody. So what was your objections?
My objection.
He's full of shit. Here's my objection. He's full of shit. Okay, this is not the first time we've heard this dumb bullshit grandstanding claim. We heard it from the pilot. We called him out because we thought, hey, if he's willing to fly, we'll call him out and we'll pass the hat around and see if we can get Glovers to pitch in. And he bailed, dude. Just like Greater Sapien just took the money and bailed. This shit's been going on 7 years.
Okay.
Ain't nobody going to Antarctica, but I do volunteer.
Once again, Brian.
I'm not the most popular flat earther, but every flat earther does know me.
Well, once again, Brian, this is nothing like anything to do with Greater Sapien. This is Will saying that he will pay. It's already organized. The company has already, got the space that he has booked for it to happen. We are just waiting for people to fill those seats. It is a thing that is going on. If you don't believe it, that's kind of a you problem. Comparing it to other things that happened are irrelevant. That if you have an issue, here's the thing to do, right? Speak to Will Duffy. Will Duffy has been asking for flat earthers to... Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Will Duffy has been waiting for flat earthers to interview him, to talk to him about him. All these flat earthers have got these concerns and stuff that they're saying, but nobody is talking to him. Get him on the channel and speak to him.
If you got an in with him, send him a DM. Tell him we got a spot for him to come here and clear his grievances.
I don't think he has Discord. He will come on to a YouTube channel in a organized interview with somebody. He's asked Jaren to interview him. He's asked Durf to interview him. He's asked Witsit to interview him. He's asked Eric Dubay to interview him. He sent emails to 24 of the biggest flat earthers saying, please ask me questions about anything. You're invited to come on this, right? So he is trying to be as transparent as possible. And all that is happening is flat earthers going, it's bullshit because I say so. Well, that's fucking retarded.
No, it's not bullshit because we say so. It's bullshit because he's not the first clown to do this.
We haven't seen his face. All he has to do
Yes, you have seen his face. I've interviewed him on my channel.
Hello. I was trying to talk. Let me know if you.
Well, don't lie and say you haven't seen his face though, because I've interviewed him on my channel.
I'm not here to lie to you.
Well, you just lied.
I don't think that's very respectful of you to suggest.
Well, don't lie then. You just lied when you said that no one's seen his face.
I didn't lie to you, and I don't think it's very.
Well, don't lie, and I won't call you a liar. It's as simple as that.
Well, to be fair,
okay, then don't be a shithead, and I won't call you shithead.
He's already shown his face.
No name calling. No name calling.
Don't lie,
but that's
and I
the
won't call
point
you a liar. He is being as transparent as possible. You can see his face. He has shown his face. It's not my fault.
Did you interrupt my sentence? No. But did you interrupt what I was trying to say?
Well, you lied, so yes, I did interrupt you.
I didn't lie. I was merely explaining what it takes to communicate with us.
What does it take to communicate with you? Smoke signals? Pigeons?
To come around. Just like you do.
He has put out the invitation. He has given
you do.
Right.
Are you unaware of what it takes to go near flat earthers?
Right.
It's
Dan, stop. Dan, stop. Right.
No, I just want you to come back to reality.
Dan, stop.
He hasn't come around yet.
Dan, stop.
This is not working, man.
Dan, stop.
I don't know.
Dan, stop.
Where he did.
Dan, stop and let me
Where
talk.
did he?
Dan, stop and let me talk. Okay.
No, you already said a lot.
Right, can someone mute him so I can actually talk,
remember,
please?
You interrupted me setting
Dan, just stop talking and let me explain.
Remember, I brought it up.
Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on, Greg. Hold on, Dan. Dan was trying to finish a point. Let's let him round it out, and then.
No, I'm just going to explain why he's wrong. Right? He's waffling. He's making nonsense.
When I brought up the subject.
Right, I'm going to explain why you're wrong if you shut up.
But I haven't made any sort of stand.
Yes, you have. Be quiet and let me talk.
Now, Craig, for fuck's sake, Craig, let him finish.
Now, here's where I'm confused.
I will. I'm going to finish what I'm saying, and then he can talk. I'm going to finish what I'm saying, and then he can talk. All right?
Well, no, let him finish.
No. I'm not letting him finish. I am going to finish, and then he can finish. If he doesn't like it, he can go away.
When you're ready to start some real competition, get that game going.
You said he hasn't. Right, let me fucking respond to the thing that you have said.
You don't play fair.
I am trying to respond to the thing that you have said. Let me respond to the thing that you have said. You said a thing. Let me respond.
Well, did I give you the math yet?
You said a thing.
$32,000.
It doesn't want you to pay. He is paying for you.
Is 800? No, he's paying for one person.
Yes.
2 people.
Okay, so now he has established a price which is unique and unusual.
It's not. That's the price of the expedition.
Prices are divided by the number of travelers.
No, that's the price per person of the expedition.
Well, isn't that odd?
No, it's go to Antarctic logistic expeditions.
The more people who participate.
Right, Dan, now shut up and let me
Now,
talk.
if flat earthers wanted to
Demon Strike, could you
contribute
please just
their
mute
own
him for a second?
maybe
Because
there
he's just
shouldn't be
waffling.
$500,000 in profit.
Hold on.
Right, I am going to talk now. All right, I am going to
The
talk.
whole time.
Dan,
All right, Dan. You gotta let him in though, Dan.
Dan,
Yeah,
just
it's
shut the
fine.
fuck up and let me explain why you are so wrong.
Dan, mute yourself. Mute yourself, Dan, please.
For fuck's sake. This is why conversations with flat earthers are
Just
impossible.
stop pretending and start talking.
Right.
Mute yourself, Dan.
Demon Stride, please mute him until
Hold
I'm
on,
done.
Earth.
Right, please, someone just actually mute him until I'm done. Please. I want to see him muted.
Just
say what you gotta say,
Just talk.
Demon, I'm gonna mute him.
Just
50 people can go. And
If Dan, once Dan's muted, I will say what I'm going to say, and then
I'm
he can
not
speak.
interrupting you, grandstanding fool.
Right, I'm going to mute him on my side, so no one can hear him on my side. If you're not going to mute him on that side, right? I asked nicely for him to be muted. I very much appreciated that.
The problem is nobody's allowing anyone to finish speaking, and
What, that,
I mean,
yeah, I'm trying. That's because I'm trying to explain, and I am not getting the fucking chance to explain. All right, I want the chance to explain my point. No, hold on. I want the chance to explain my point, and he will not let me. He did lie. He straight up lied. He straight up lied. Right. So please, I would just like just give me a fucking second to get my point out, please. I just want to get my point out without being interrupted by anybody. Please.
yes,
Please,
go for
thank
it. And then
you.
I will make a point immediately after.
I don't know why this is so fucking hard. Right. He is not asking for money from anybody. He is not receiving money from anybody. This is being done by a company that has been doing it for over 30 years called Antarctic Logistic Expeditions. The cost of it is $32,000 per person, according to the people that do it. He is fronting the cost for one globe earther and one flat earther with no strings attached. If anybody else wants to go, they have to pay for themselves. Will receive no money. The money will go directly to Antarctic Logistic Expeditions if anybody else apart from the people that Will are paying for wants to go. You are making up a bunch of lies about the experiment because you have not looked into it, Dan. And that's why I'm so fucking angry. And I will interrupt you and call you a fucking liar when you directly lie about something that is going on because you're too fucking lazy to go and look into it. And the reason he hasn't come around to the Discord is because he doesn't have Discord. He has made a website. He has made a YouTube channel. He has made... I'm still talking. I'm still fucking talking. Please. He has made a YouTube channel. He has made a website. He has made an X account. He has made several ways for flat earthers to be able to contact him and speak to him. Yet nobody is doing it because you're all fucking cowards. Right, now I'm done.
So the point is, though, all Dan said was he hasn't seen his face, and you snapped on him and called him a liar. The point is, this dude could come around. He can go on. I'll send him a link to fucking StreamYard. You don't have to touch Discord at all. But hiding behind whatever paywall he's created is.
He hasn't created any paywall. There's no paywall.
He just talked about a website.
Yeah, it's a website you don't have to pay for. You just have to go to the website and click the link.
In the word I used, but yes,
there's no paywall. There is many ways to contact him. He has literally made it as easy as possible to contact him. You go to his website and click the button, or you tweet at him on X, or you leave a comment on his YouTube channel. I don't know why people are trying to make this out that it's difficult. It's not.
Yeah, I didn't get him over here. He replied.
Let's get him here then. Let's get him here. Let's make
why
it
don't
real
you
easy
invite
for all
him
the
then?
flat earthers. You're right. So he's got to sift through all the emails and find Demon Stride and fucking decide to. How about somebody he actually understands and knows? You talk to him, get him over here.
I mean, I'm just an acquaintance with him. He will like see my message just as quick as he would see somebody else's. He's got a Facebook. He's got an X. I contact him the same way that you guys would contact him.
Yep, I got his email. I've already emailed him twice.
All right, well, everyone, tell him to come to the MMM or do something.
He responds every time. He responds every time too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm sorry for shouting at you, Dimitri, but I got really frustrated there that like no one would actually fucking listen to the point of what I'm saying. Flat Earthers are lying about this. They are saying that it's a scam, that he's trying to make money. He's not. He is using his own money. He is literally putting his hands in his pocket and spending up to $200,000 of his own money to do the thing that Flat Earthers are asking to do. And all the Flat Earthers are doing is running for the fucking hills.
You know, it's going to suck is if it ends up that he is making money out of this and everyone trying to champion this so hard is going to look like a fucking fool.
But any money that's made, or any money that's paid for the expedition will not be paid to him. It will go directly to Antarctic Logistic Expedition. He will never receive a penny. If anyone else wants to go, he will say, well, here's the link to contact the people. He will never receive money from this.
It's a pretty expensive trip.
Yeah.
So, regardless, there's going to be two people going. There will be a Glober, there will be a Flat Earther.
I don't think there's going to be a Flat Earther because all the Flerfs are too afraid.
I guarantee it. Brian just said right there he'd go.
Well, why hasn't he contacted him then?
Well, he hasn't. Well, the thing is, I think Will only wants like prominent, you know what I mean, some like prominent Flat Earthers to go.
That's the fault of this whole thing is they're trying to make a list of people that they can definitively be like, all right, well, we gave you a trip to Antarctica. Now you don't get to say anything about Flat Earth because you had the chance to go and you didn't. That's the way this is being used already.
So the thing is, if let's say if a like a Flat Earther, like let's say Brian goes, right? I mean, most of the Flat Earthers aren't really gonna. What we think? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna turn around and call him a shill once he does see the 24-hour sun. Yeah. So it's, you know what I mean.
Right.
And here's exactly what's gonna happen.
And here's the thing, right? And here's
like a weapon already.
Well, it absolutely should be fucking used like a weapon because it's showing how scared the Flat Earthers are to test their own claims. That's the thing. 100%, this should be used as a weapon against Flat Earth. But here's the thing, right? Yeah, he has invited the 24 prominent Flat Earthers, but say none of them agree, then he'll open it up to some other Flat Earthers, I imagine. But the thing is, it is the prominent Flat Earthers that have been saying this thing, that have been saying that they want to go to Antarctica to test this thing. And so the fact is that the big Flat Earthers that want to do this thing have all been invited and they're all fucking run away. So every Flat Earther should look at it and go, oh, why are they scared to test their claims? That's strange. It should make every Flat Earther in the world go, so they've got the chance to do it and they won't because of some perceived lie? No, every single fucking big Flat Earther should be jumping at this to go 100% I am fucking going to Antarctica. But they won't because they don't want to prove themselves wrong. And that means this should be used as a weapon against Flat Earth.
Yeah, so the fact
if you could allow someone to speak at some point, you do know, Brian, his YouTube channel is called Flat Earth Tests. So to claim that we're not interested in tests is a little funny. And also to compare people like Brian and I to the people who you feel like picking on, you know, Weiss and whoever else.
Picking on?
I get it. You know, I got plenty of problems with those guys too. But everyone isn't those guys. It would be like these priests that get busted. You know, it doesn't make every priest bad. And I just want you to try and not lump all of the Flat Earthers into one group.
I'm going to do that because you're all Flat Earthers.
All right, well, I did it with religion for a long time, and I realized they don't get along. And the sooner you realize that Flat Earthers don't get along...
Oh, I know you don't get along, but you're still all Flat Earthers. Right, Dan, simple question for you then, right? Is this experiment, if it goes ahead and the 24-hour sun is seen from Antarctica, what does that mean?
That's a good question.
does it disprove the flat Earth?
There's a lot of things that don't work on an AE setup model. So there's a lot of explanation.
It's just a yes or no thing.
Have to do.
So with all due respect, right? It's a yes or no question. Does the 24-hour sun in Antarctica disprove flat Earth? Yes or no?
It should, but it won't.
No more or less than the existing disproofs that you claim.
That's not a yes or no question. Just give me a yes.
Which model?
There is no flat Earth model. Just in general.
No.
There is no flat Earth model. Just it's a yes or no question. I just want a yes or no, not a waffling. Does the 24-hour sun
further evidence for your globe model?
Does it disprove the flat Earth? Yes or no?
No, Craig, it doesn't.
No.
Right, who said no?
It should. It should, but nothing. They won't let anything disprove.
I mean, it does disprove the flat Earth.
Exactly. Hold on. That's exactly what I was going to say. Trouble just said it. It doesn't matter what you show a flat Earth or what they see. They'll make up excuses on why it's still flat. So
well, no. We know that. We all know that that's what flat earthers are going to do, right? But the thing is, we also know that it does disprove the flat Earth because you
but also
have that if the Earth is flat. It just doesn't.
But we don't
make
all
sense
know
in any way,
everything
shape, or
about the
form.
flat earthers. Like the point that you're like, okay, so this final experiment, all of these flat earthers should have done something, and you're flabbergasted by the fact that they aren't, tells me that you don't actually know what you think a flat earther should think.
I'm basing this on what flat earthers have told me for 5 years. That's it. Flat earthers for 5 years have been telling me that 1, we cannot go to Antarctica. 2, that the 24-hour sun is fake. 3, that the 24-hour sun will prove the Earth is a globe and not flat Earth. This is what flat earthers have been telling me for 5 years. That's it.
So I would not be surprised when handed a silver platter that people that make money on it don't want to ruin their career. Like that would not be something that surprises me.
Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Demonstrate. They don't want to lose their grift. They don't. They won't go because they know if they go, that's their flat Earth channel dead. Right?
Right. I think that's why. I think it's because they know. Deep down, they know they're going to see it.
Okay, so when there's actually people then that are saying, I want to go, it's not okay to lump all of those people with the Weisses and the shills that are making their livelihood off of it. Like it would be retarded of them to go and do that and end their career doing it.
Oh, I mean, I just lump flat earthers all together because, flat earthers are all fucking idiots, and that's a general rule for them. But the fact is that this is the leaders of the flat earth cult that are saying this.
No, they're not leaders of any cult. They're not the leaders, though. They maybe.
Oh, no, they absolutely are. Come on, Demonstrate. They 100% are leaders of a cult.
They used to be.
No, you got like Jaronism, and come on now, Jaronism, David Weiss, Whitsitt, they definitely have a large following.
They are the leaders of a cult. You actually look at the what a cult is, and it matches every one of the lists of the tick boxes for what a cult is. They are 100% leaders of a cult.
Except there's no doctrine, there's no center, and there's no leader.
There's no
doctrine to follow, and there's no one to appeal to.
The flat earthers, they would all disagree with you, of course.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you.
They all appeal to those guys because you can hear when you listen to like a flat earther that you never heard of, and you hear those same arguments, and they're like, yeah, I've heard those before. They came from Whitsitt, or they came from Jaronism, so they do appeal to them.
Yeah, Whitsitt came a lot later in the game, remember?
Well, yeah, but now everyone repeats him.
Doesn't take away the point.
Well, he doesn't say the same thing. The reason why Whitsitt's around is because he doesn't say the same thing.
Eric Dubay is the god of flat Earth. He always has been.
He was a Nathan Thompson protege.
So,
no, he wasn't.
Hey, right. I'm sorry for shouting when I came in. I got very frustrated at the live.
Have to generalize so you feel better.
Well, no, it's just you're all fucking idiots, and that's just easy to work with. Is Brian still here?
He left. The game's ready for you.
What game?
And I can finish my opening statement now? What I found is that flat earthers, with that much money available, in the $20,000 $30,000 range would certainly form their own expedition. And but the idea that there's that much money, $800,000, my goodness, could you imagine if we had any money towards that? So,
well, you guys do have a flat Earth millionaire, don't you?
Hold on,
I found that flat earthers, upon my investigation today, were cheap. You know, I found that I was cheap. You know, I went off to go to buy a domain today, so I could tell you I was going to get Fear the Flat Earth and use the FTFE logo.
Would that's you have copyright? Yeah, I would have an issue with that. That's actually copyrighted.
But you know, it would have cost me $43, and I thought,
well, it would have cost you a lot more than that.
I'm as cheap
when
as
I
these
sued
Antarctica
you,
people. I thought, I'm as cheap as these Antarctica people. I won't spend $43 to make a point. So that's, I think, a problem. If
yeah, that's a problem with flat earthers. Right? Okay, right.
We won't.
So, but here's the thing: flat earthers, they're not all cheap. You've got a literal flat earther called Flat Earth Millionaire. You've got Crypto Stew.
Never seen his face. I only hear you guys talk about it.
Oh, look at Nathan. Look at Nathan Thompson's videos.
You guys
hold on.
We never hear about.
Dan, hold on. He's shown his face plenty of times in a bunch of Nathan Thompson videos, a bunch of Blitzer videos. Right.
Links to this Duffy guy and links to him. Links.
Yeah,
to the
I'm sure you can find them. But there's also other people like you've got David Weiss, and I know you're not a fan of David Weiss, but David Weiss has his famous Bitcoin challenge. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't 2 Bitcoin currently worth something like $74,000?
He owes that to Trouble About.
He owes that to me.
No,
he absolutely 100% owes that to me. I debunked everything on his app and he ignored me, but he apparently has at least 2 Bitcoin. You got Crypto Stew on X, who constantly flashes his crypto thing, showing he's got like 4 million in Bitcoin. So we've got all these flat earthers that have all this money that could not only afford the trip to Antarctica, but they could buy a fucking trip to the ISS. You know,
and
like,
David Weiss offering 3 Bitcoins. So
is it 3 Bitcoins?
Because it was always 3.
So what's 3 Bitcoins worth now? About $117,000, something like that.
Yep.
Like
3 Bitcoins from this Google search, $208,000.
When did it go up to that?
No,
shit.
US dollars though.
Right, so David Weiss has at least $200,000. And he's being offered a free trip to Antarctica, and he still won't go. He doesn't need a free trip to Antarctica. He could pay for him, Jeranism, and Witsit to go and have money left over.
Now that's a good point.
It's a great point. We've been saying that for years, though.
No, there was no money before.
I mean, come on now. There's always been a following.
Before Weiss's app, there's never been money in Flat Earth. Never.
Flat Earth Millionaire?
There's never been money to be made in Flat Earth except Weiss's app. Get real.
Eric Dubay has apparently made
millions from Flat Earth.
Yeah, true, but still. But I mean,
apparently Eric Dubay has made millions from book sales, according to him.
Millions? Are you real?
That's what he says.
Right. Every single Flat Earther probably owns that book.
A fringe market.
Every Flat Earther probably owns that book.
I don't know. Flat Earth.
Do you own this book?
Never shown it ever.
Well, maybe not all of them, but a good portion of them.
That's why you don't generalize.
Wave it around like what book?
Okay, Demon.
The 200 proof one? That one? The 200 proofs one?
Yeah.
How far do you think we got into it till we realized he had not only duplicated the 100 proofs, but he had duplicated them?
I mean, those things are still being repeated to this day, so...
That's right. And my differences with Weiss have to do with that, and have to do with me trying to correct some of that.
From people like New Moon and shit like that. That's who are repeating that. They're nobody bolstering this argument.
So if it were a cult and there was a group, we'd be able to fix some of the mistakes that we made 6 years ago. Parroting, doing assumption, not double checking, a lot of mistakes. to have them repeated by young people coming with fervor is super detrimental and problematic. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. Right.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Dan.
Right. Just quickly, demonstrate. I want to say sorry for raising my voice to you. I was wrong, and I apologize.
Hold on, let me get my zipper down first.
Sorry, I get very frustrated with people that just haven't even looked into this and make a bunch of assumptions of it. It's so fucking ridiculous.
So what do you think of the trigger? Like the triggeredness, like the way it gets people to their core. Like, fear the flat earth is as good as fight the flat earth. Like, it is...
Well, people should fear the flat earth because flat earth is fucking stupid and destructive.
Why does it get to your soul, though? Why does it get to you with such...
Because it
pure energy.
It goes against everything that humanity has done to reach where we are now. There is no experiment or no invention that has ever been made by a flat earther. Everything that's ever been made...
That's not true. Look it up. I've already looked it up.
Yeah, so right. There's no inventions by flat earthers. All things that we use, everything that we're using to communicate now is globe earthers.
Start the game.
Flat earthers give nothing to society and take things away. Flat earthers give... The wheel was made by a flat earther.
Anyone that has AI, I already looked it up in regular Wikipedia.
Who said the wheel?
Inventor. Here, let's type it in. Inventor, right? It's not that hard.
Craig,
I think Cole's trying to get in here.
The wheel was invented by a flat earther. I guarantee the guy that invented the wheel thought the earth was flat.
Probably not.
What do you mean probably not?
They wouldn't have known the shape of the earth at all.
No, but to them they would have thought it was flat, so they would have been flat earthers.
Well, no, we've had knowledge of the earth being a globe for a long time.
Before the wheel?
The shape of the earth wasn't really a thing that people, they just had their local knowledge. They didn't really think
they would have
about
been
the shape
infinite
of the earth as a whole.
planers. They would have been infinite planers, yeah.
I don't...
No, you live under if you live under the celestial equator, you know that it's a globe.
Yeah, I mean, people have known...
Let's show trouble.
I think the assumption that someone that says the earth is flat made a wheel is a bit of a stretch.
Well, the Incas knew it was a globe. Like, you go back, they knew about the celestial sphere. You don't know about a celestial sphere if you think the Earth's flat. That makes no sense.
But anyway, the reason why flat earth gets me annoyed is because it will literally take society backwards. It's just screaming in the face of progress.
You've heard my explanation for that, haven't you?
Well, I haven't finished. It is pushing stupidity onto the world. It is ignoring science and physics and education. It is brainwashing people into thinking that dumb people are smart. And that is wrong and dangerous.
Do you think the ability to start fire by hand was made by invented by a flat earth?
Well, no, that was given to us by the gods, right? And again, whoever came up with fire was probably a caveman that was scared as shit when they saw this bit of burning stuff. They would have had no clue about the world.
So can I explain the going backwards part to you?
The going back, yeah, sure. Explain
As long as
how
it's not
flat
too
Earth doesn't make
dangerous,
society
Dan.
go backwards.
Okay. Assuming that we're going against the grain, which is fairly obvious, and finding very little value in that is obvious. I want to give you what I see the value of it. If society has taken a turn, particularly after World War II, when we might have headed towards a utopian society, we've had wars ever since. My suggestion is going back to 1958, we might find where society made a wrong turn. So it doesn't surprise me that I'm looking to see where we've made a wrong turn. I can only go back in my lifetime. I can't go back in all of history, but I can look back at this country and where this country lost its integrity, and the hope of this country was that it had such a thing.
What?
So I see a purpose in going backwards. I'd like to point out 1958 and 1959 as critical years.
Might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And I speak to flat earthers daily. I had a guy tell me the other day that Scotland, Wales, and the United Kingdom are in England, and that is still what you said, the dumbest thing I've heard in the last week.
Well, you have preconceived notions.
No, I have knowledge of physics and science. That's not preconceived notions.
Then why do you have to call people like liars who clearly asked you for details on something because I was ignorant to the talk? I was really just trying to get around to the cheap joke and how one day you're going to find me with FTFE as well. And you're going to laugh then, aren't you? Because fearing the flat earth is what I hear from.
No. Okay, so your point is?
Play the game.
What game?
I'm ready. I mean, it's a game I can win. I just want to have fair competition with. If you're going to call me a liar for asking.
All right, okay, I'm sorry for calling you a liar because you refused to look up the experiment and made assumptions about it. Is that right?
Apology accepted?
Yeah, you should, because that's what you're doing.
I'm not used to saying that. I know I'm supposed to say that. Right? It's a weird quiet afterwards, right?
Yeah. But you understand why I get so pissed about when people are just ignorant and, actually don't even bother researching the things that they're talking about, right? You understand why that gets me so angry?
Well, Craig, let me ask you, did you know who was behind the final experiment before it was revealed? Were you part of
I found out the day that I debated Witsit on Jaren's channel, which I think was maybe 2 days before it was announced on Will's channel. Because the 24 Globers that he has invited, he arranged a Zoom call with us. So we could all talk and give suggestions and stuff because he wants suggestions to make it better. So a couple of days before he did the announcement, we had a Zoom call and we all talked about, suggestions to make it better. And one of the suggestions that came actually from Red's Rhetoric was that Will shouldn't even pay for a Glober, he should pay for 2 Flat Earthers. And I think that's maybe got some merit to it because, a Glober for doesn't need to prove it, right? Yeah.
I talked to Witsit today. That was his point. Is he says that there should be at least 2 flat earthers to go, with a Mormon witness.
That's the absolute thing. There could be 2 flat earthers going, right? Will could pay for Witsit, and then Durf could pay for himself because he's got the money, unless he's lying about having the Bitcoin, of course. I'm not saying he is, but if he's got 3 Bitcoin. That's over $200,000.
Think about it this way too. Like, why won't NASA just point a camera back? Why won't they just put one more camera to prove for the flat earthers? Why would
you're
you
talking about flat earther now, Demon.
I am. No, hold on a second. Your art. That's the art. That's the point. Is maybe they don't want to go because they believe and they don't need to prove because they know. So why would they waste money for something they know?
Because Durf in particular has specifically said it would disprove the flat Earth.
Well, NASA could just point a camera back and prove it all to the flat earthers, right? Why won't they just do that?
Point a camera back from where? NASA point cameras at Earth all the time. Well, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. Specifically, people talk about NASA just doing this or that with the camera in space, and the whole argument being, well, they don't need to do that for you. They've already proved it to themselves.
But the thing is, NASA aren't there to prove anything. NASA just do what they're told by the American government. That's it. They don't get to, we're just going to go and do this today. They just do what they're fucking told.
They think my country and the Southern Hemisphere is 5 times bigger than we know it to be, yet they have no proof and they won't discuss it.
Aye.
You're dealing with a bunch of deluded people.
Well, why is there not that many flights in the Southern Hemisphere? Have you seen the lack of countries in the Southern Hemisphere?
There's actually plenty of flights. There's actually plenty of flights in the Southern Hemisphere.
I know, but when you compare it to how many are in the North, obviously it's a lot less because, there's less people in the Southern Hemisphere.
Right.
Oh, man.
Craig, are you going to play this game? We're going to have to introduce the
Oh, right. You actually want me to play Scrabble?
Yeah, we're gonna each word you're gonna have to use in either a flat or globe related sentence.
Why?
We'll make it fun.
These were stipulations you did previously agree to, Craig.
I mean, this isn't
contractually
Scrabble.
obligated.
I just want to know if you could use words in a sentence. You could use a dictionary if you want, because sometimes it lets you spell words you don't understand. But you can't use the dictionary to cheat. Just
How
to
do you,
make
how
a
do you play this? I don't know. What do we do?
You join the activity.
I'm in it.
Oh, he's in. He's in. So it wants me to start. So you really don't know how to play.
Well, no, I've never played this. Is this just basic Scrabble?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I think I played that years ago. Like I said, I'm dyslexic and. Yeah,
Would you like me to play a safe?
Just
break
do what
here?
you want. It's fine. I'm just going to get ChatGPT to do it for me. So.
How? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we will have to use the word fade, as in the sun doesn't set; it just fades away in the distance. Or I would like to say that it would fade away in the distance.
Or the Glober would say the sun doesn't fade away, it actually sets.
Well, yeah, I'll point out too, we do have a Scrabble tournament every Tuesday if anyone is interested in something like this.
Thanks
Click
to
on,
the tilt of the Earth and the more energy hitting the equator, you get lots of dunes around there. So,
Was Brian going to play? Take it off.
He went away. He couldn't take it. So a gravity-induced dune has nothing to do with wind, huh?
I said the energy coming from the sun because of the tilt of the equator makes more wind. I've got a premiere in about half an hour, so we need to finish it before then. Everyone in the chat, by the way, if you want to see the premiere, make sure you stay in the chat at the end. You'll be automatically directed to there.
I'm going to play a
Come on
combination
over to the
word here.
Come on over to the Triple M and you can join in the festive conversation.
That's not how you play Scrabble.
I'm sorry, Cole, what was that?
I said, come on over to the MMM and you get to join in on the festive conversations instead of just listening.
Okay,
How do you get to the MMM? Oh, fuck you guys. It's discord.gg/demonstride.
It is.
There you go.
I heard Donald Trump listens to that.
I was trying to get to my little index.
Folks, I'm telling you right now, you want to get your butts out of the MMM, medicinal mass media.
It's the Triple M. I said MMM.
As the sun fades on Fight the Flat Earth, I can't help note that he fades away smooth as silk.
Flat Earthers often LARP at being intelligent. Oh, it's not accepting that as a word. LARP's a real word.
It is. Try again.
LARP.
Live action. It's a. What do you call that?
Who's hitting the bomb there?
Roleplay, yeah.
Live action roleplay.
Who could I hear hitting a bong there? Because that wasn't me.
That was
That's
probably
my
Demon.
best friend Dan. Oh.
I got a theme song and a theme bong.
Alright, I'm going to put $20 on that no flat earther will ever go to the South Pole, not in this experiment. Anyone want to take me up?
Yeah, I'll take you on that. There's absolutely going to be a flat earth. Well, all right. On the stipulation that it actually goes through, it has to go through though. All right, so it has it can't be canceled, it can't be any of that, but there will be a flat earther that agrees to it.
Flat Earthers have a lot of Dunning-Kruger.
I just emailed Duffy and I asked him if he if none of the ones on the list participate, we'll open it up to lesser known flat earthers. So wait,
Yeah.
I'll see what he says.
That'd be good.
I mean, because that is a good point. If you have others that are lesser known that would go, you know, but I mean that doesn't hold any merit because, I mean, they're like, who is this guy? I don't know who this is. They probably just grabbed some guy off the street.
Anyway, Dan, it's your turn.
Acting like he's a flat earther.
The best way to discredit this is just not to go.
Yeah, flat earthers are discrediting it by not going. They're discrediting themselves.
What if that dude who built the what was his I can't remember his name.
What's that got to do with flat Earth?
The
rocket guy that blew up.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad Mike.
Mad Mike. If Mad Mike made an experiment to bring two globers into the stratosphere to show the shape of the Earth, and none of the globers agree to go, is it because we are all shills?
No, it's because he died in the rocket he made.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that fucker.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We don't like. That's what I'm saying. That's why. So I've literally heard it. I've heard it explained by flat earthers that they're afraid to go for one because they may be offed. Like that's what they.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous.
Said specifically, he wants another flat earther there, so if he flips and bumps his head on the ice, he can have somebody there to actually say that's what happened.
God, it's an excuse.
Flat earthers often throw their toys out the pram.
I wish there was a flat Earth lotto. I'd like to win that.
All right. Well, come on then. Let's get this finished so I can get my premiere done.
What are you premiering? You're not promoting it very.
My new, well, it's a re-release of an old video. I'm prepping the algorithm for the new series of Flerfs Idiots. So it's a video I made 4 years ago. What you got, Dan? Come on.
He's fluffing the AI, Dan.
I don't have much.
I'm not even using AI. I'm just using my terrible spelling ability.
That's good.
If you just want to, admit that I win and give up, that's fine. We can go there.
Well, you're already setting it up so you have to leave. I might as well just go slower and slower.
I'm getting the hint that he don't want to play, Dan.
So why was Eric Dubé not added to this list? Considering
He was one of the people that was invited.
Really, I didn't see his name on the list.
He was in the poll.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dan, use uni-men in a sentence regarding...
Too bad that there aren't enough real men in Flat Earth, so there would have been Flat Earth Uni, as they call it so often.
Here, I'll post. I have the entire list and I'll post it.
The hit list.
That's what it is. It's a hit list.
We invited 26 Flat Earthers.
24.
We're going to pay for one. The others only need $36,000. And they've got 9 months to do it.
Does anyone in Flat Earth actually know this guy? Like, did he hang around with any Flat Earthers? Or
No, that's what I was saying when I got called a liar. When I got called a liar.
Yeah, I was kind of curious too. Like this Eric Duffy, like, what's his stake in this game? Like, what does he give a fuck about Flat Earth for?
Because he thinks flat earthers are stupid. Simple as that.
So?
He might have the feeling that flat earthers give normal Christianity a bad image.
Young Earth creationists do that already.
All right, Brenda, that's enough. I've heard a lot from you, Brenda, and I'm
Marty.
Putting my foot down.
I'm just gonna say this.
Hold on,
Amen.
Brenda's fine.
I'm glad Brenda's not a flat earther. Amen.
I also feel like Duffy, like he thinks too highly of flat earthers, like that they would be so intellectually honest to say that this would disprove flat Earth. Like they're already making up new explanations.
Well, he's just he's just going. Well, again, he's just going off of what they've said in the past that they would go if they had the choice, if they had the means. and that if they went and saw it, and then it would disprove flat Earth.
Just think about how many rich globers there are, though, and not a single one's attempted to do what this guy is doing. All right,
folks, I'm telling you right now. I said I'd give $1 million. They're taking all my money, folks. Can't do nothing.
To think he has no stake in it, you know, like he's absolutely got eyes on his church, at least. To come out of nowhere to get this much attention threw up a red flag for me from the get-go.
I think
it's got to be church related, unless this flat Earth is really.
I mean, who cares if there's red flags? Just fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, yep, because just go.
The thing is that if it doesn't go through and flat earthers don't go, we will have that hammer. We will have that hammer to beat you with.
You're not gonna have shit, Brenda. I'll go down there, Brenda.
Hold on, Marty.
And I'll get a hammer and I'll bring it back and I'll show it to you. You're not gonna have any fucking hammers. The only hammer you're gonna have, Brenda, is the one in between your fucking legs.
Come on.
That's not
How much money are you making
out,
from
Marty.
Flat Earth, though?
Yeah. The problem is it's
Marty
not
that
a good
poo
argument.
that pretends to be a flat earther?
No, Marty's the real flat earther.
No, he's definitely a poo.
Yeah, it's not a good hammer. Okay, like I said earlier, if Mad Mike made a fucking hit list and none of us went, and then we all just got like, that's not a good argument.
But Demon, it's Mad Mike. He made it. He made the rocket in like his fucking garage. I wouldn't trust that thing.
That's the whole fucking point. Flat earthers do not trust the globers. They don't trust half that shit. So to have it set up by a fucking glober, right?
But Demon, it's not the globers who are building the airplane to take them down there. It's a company that does this all the time.
Why is it a bad argument to say flat earthers claim to be true earthers, to be concerned with the truth, but when given the opportunity, they ran away like a little girl? That's a great argument.
If you think that if that makes you feel good, you should use that. But you're not going to find yourself winning many arguments with it.
I will.
I think it wins arguments.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
They don't want to come to the South, yet they claim they know what the South is.
Yeah.
No way. I'm using it.
This is just looking
The
so
only thing
bad
that's
for
giving
flat
flat Earth, the only thing that's giving flat Earth energy is the continued engagement by globers. You're fueling it. Everything you do is fueling it. If everyone stopped arguing with flat earthers, guess what? It'd fucking go away. It would turn into
Dan. You beat me.
parasite talks, salt talks.
I don't think so. I think the problem is that young people are getting freaking duped by this, and they're getting stuck, and they're getting lied to, and now they're thinking that everyone is lying to them. It's just not a good position for a young person to be in.
You know what happens when a young kid? You know what happens when a young kid starts talking about flat Earth? They get called an idiot and a loser by the rest of their teenage friends who are doing drugs and having sex. Like,
Yeah, and that is bad for the kid. And that's why flat Earth is dangerous, because you get ostracized by your friends called a fucking idiot, and it ruins you for the rest of your life. Right, anyway. Well done, Dan. You beat me in Scrabble, so therefore I guess the Earth is flat.
Not exactly, but I appreciate the potential competition.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm sorry for coming in here so hot. It's just, come on. I've been dealing. Before I came in here, I was watching the Flat Zoid video, so I'm sure you can understand.
Oof.
Oh God, yeah.
So you already had brain damage.
Yeah, exactly.
You're watching the debate with him and Bob the Science Guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob crushed him, didn't he?
Yeah, but Flatzoid still thinks he won because he said a plane would fly into space. So
I haven't seen Bob in a while. How's he doing?
Somebody tell Bob we said hi.
He's on TikTok mainly at the moment. Right. Anyway, I am going to jump out and finish up my stream. Demon Stride, thank you for having me in. Sorry for shouting at you. I'd love to come back and have a moderated 1v1 with someone, right? Without me shouting and getting angry. An actual proper moderated 1v1 with evidence presented by both sides. Any flat earthers want to take me up on that, I'm more than happy for Demonstrate to host it.
Once you go flat, you never glow back.
Apart from all the flat earthers that went back, of course. Anyway, catch you all later. Speak to you soon. The dumb, The dumb burns. It really, really does. We've had a lot of fun tonight, haven't we, guys? Yes. Are you enjoying the FTFE show? That is the question for all of you. Every Monday from now on, debates, going over videos. I'm going to have guests on. Pardon me. Been speaking to Conspiracy Cats. They come on. Creaky. We'll get Toon on. We'll get Simon Dan on. We're going to have some fun over the next few weeks. Yeah, I know you're not enjoying it, Rotation Curve, but you're still here. So thank you for that. Andres Elch 56 says, if Flatzoid swims 1 mile in the ocean, he will end up 8 inches in the air if he forgets to tip his head. Nerd Pedantic Alert, who's been a member for 46 months, which is a fucking long time, says, don't these Flerfs have adult supervision? No, and that's the problem, is that they are the adults. And Nerd Pedantic Alert for €5 says, the Flat Earther was probably the guy who kept banging the 2 flints together, wondering why nothing happens. Guys, thank you very much for all the super chats and stuff today. As normal, the support from you guys is insanely good. I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. Everyone spam not you, Gary, in the chat. Yeah, so new series of Flerfs Idiots in production will be out probably middle of next month. I'm prepping the algorithm by releasing a bunch of old stuff and like chucking out the shorts as fast as I can. I hope you're all enjoying it. I was due to debate Dustin tomorrow, Dustin Nemos, on Jeranism's channel. But Jeranism has decided to quit doing Flat Earth debates. Like I said, and I think that's because all the Flat Earthers went on his channel looked like a fucking idiot. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need to ask the burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognize the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe your musical assault will knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I rinse up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you guys for watching. It's been amazing having you here as always. I will see you in the next couple of days. And remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth.
FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Earth thinks that evolution is real. Chemtrails don't exist, vaccines work. Climate change is happening, we landed on the moon. The FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Welcome to the FTFE show. Study is not alright. Baby, it's not alright. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. Nathan Oakley has a small penis. It's basically an idiot. Baby, it's not alright. Fight the flat earth.
My name's Nathan Oakley.
Hey guys, do you want to hear a funny story while we're all chatting, dude? I'm dating a first grader.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level.